Hi, guys. Welcome to a special PGMN podcast. I'm James Deakin. Today, I'm with Orion Perez Dumdum. Now, this guy is probably one of our most outspoken, I would even say angriest anchors here at PGMN. He has good reason to be angry, but we're doing a special deep dive today into the correct movement, which is basically your movement about constitutional reform. We'll get into that, I promise. But for now, I just want to start off, Orion, by asking, we got so many problems. I mean, we got flood control, we got oversupplies of condos. I can name 100 different problems that I think are more important. Why constitutional reform? Can we start with that?
That's a great question, James. I mean, honestly, all these little problems that we're having, traffic, the flooding issues, condo oversupply, these are all symptoms of really, really deep-seated root cause problems that are causing all these symptoms to emerge. And these deep root cause systemic problems, the only way to fix them is to fix the systems that govern the way Philippine society actually works. And what's the root of the kinds of systems
Yeah.
we have? It's the Constitution. The systems we have are actually defined by the Constitution. So if we have a faulty Constitution with faulty systems that are running the show, we actually end up having all these little problems coming out. For example, if we talk about traffic, and I'm pretty sure that's one of your
That's
favorite.
I wouldn't call it a passion, but
It's a
I
pet
know where you're
peeve.
going.
It's
Yeah.
a major pet
It's a
peeve,
major part of my life. Yeah.
indeed, of our lives
Yes.
in the
Or my
Philippines.
advocacy. Yeah.
That's actually all caused by the fact that everyone is practically in Metro Manila,
Correct.
right? And what caused everybody to flock into Metro Manila? It's our overly centralized unitary structure of territorial administration. The way things were set up in the Philippines, we don't have a decentralized means of economic development. We don't have incentive schemes that would actually cause the different regions to develop themselves the way they normally would in other societies, such that by default, everything just happens to be in Metro Manila. And as a result of that, people decide, okay, let's flock there because that's where the jobs are,
Yeah.
right? And because everybody's now here, we've got the overpopulation problem, overpollution problem, congestion, traffic, too many vehicles. And so there's no other thing that could really solve that unless we find ways to depopulate Metro Manila by getting the other regions to develop so that people can go back to their hometowns. And all these other things like condo oversupply, for
Yeah.
example.
I'm. That's personal to me. Yeah.
Condo oversupply, you think about it, early 2000s, a lot of these condos were coming out, right? And then you find that you look at these condos, they're already finished, they've been there for like a year or two, they're actually all owned. But you look at night, you see these condos and there are hardly any lights because no one lives in them. Who actually owns these places? Who owns these units? Usually OFWs. Because the OFWs are the only ones who can really afford these condos, right? And these OFWs probably think of originally, I'm going to get my family to stay there or something like that. But then they later say, let me try to rent it out. But they can't rent it out because the people in the Philippines who are working, every day, 9 to 5 jobs, their salaries are not enough for them to be able to afford the rent. That would be enough to maintain the condos and all that stuff. So there's so many little problems here and there that are actually traceable to the systemic issues that we have because we have lousy systems in place.
I
And
hear you.
these are-
I hear exactly what you're saying because there's so many parallels that we can draw to my line of thinking. I think what you're basically saying is, well, the root cause being the Constitution. It needs reform. It's like trying to fix your weight problem by just making more holes in the belt, right?
Yeah.
So yes, and I feel that about traffic too. That's building more roads. It's the same thing, adding more holes to the belt. This volume's got to descend somewhere,
Exactly.
right? So even if you put the roads on top of each other, well, they'll still have to descend somewhere, and that we can't anymore. So we need to talk about what's causing that. And I think you use the word depopulation. Perhaps maybe a softer term is decentralization.
Yeah.
So, but I agree with that. Having said that, and I also agree with what you said about the base layer of the Constitution being the problem, because I feel the same way about money. We won't get into that today, but I just want to draw the parallel that you fix the money, you fix the world. So there's no point discussing all of this when the money is all fake and corrupt and all that.
Exactly.
So you're talking about the Constitution the same way I talked about sound money. What exactly is the correct movement, and how is this going to change it?